afternoon everybody, Christopher from Getting Into Prepping. In this video I quickly want to discuss or look at another scenario just to make us think about the stuff that's out there and what can happen, how we should react to it. Okay, so the scenario that I'm going to create is that you are at home, it's a Saturday morning, you wake up fairly early, you want to take a shower and you turn open the tap and there's no water. So at first you're not really worried about it because it's something that sometimes we do experience in South Africa, especially here in the south of Joburg. So the first thing that I would do in a scenario like this is I would go and get as much information as possible. So you'll probably open up your phone, have a look on your phone to see what it is. So you're looking on X, Twitter, whatever it's called. You're looking on Facebook, but currently there's no information. So you've still got no idea what the situation is. Around about an hour later, you still have no water. And obviously by that time you should start getting worried and try and get more information. You turn on your local radio station or the radio station or some news media, and you find out that your water tower in your water reservoir, the water tower water reservoir in your area was sabotaged. It was attacked by an unknown group and the water tower was destroyed. So what would you do? Now my first thoughts on this is that the minute that I find out what the cause of this whole scenario is, and I find out that it's sabotage to the water, my first thought is I'm going to take every available empty container, anything that's got a hollow place, and I'm going to try and fill it up with water if I've got anything left. But like I've said, unfortunately that option is not available. There's no water in the taps. So yeah, that's my first problem, or our first problem in this scenario, is there is no water. The second thing that I can think of that I would probably try and do is I would try and get to the local shop and see if I can get my hands on any water. Failing that, yeah, that's where the stuff gets interesting. If you've got no water available in your pipes, you've got no water available at the stores, it's all out, there's no water available, and you've gone all over town and you still don't have any water, yeah, then it really becomes a crisis. In my scenario it will be a little bit easier because I've got some water stored, and hopefully you've got as well some 5-liter bottles of water stored. I probably got about, I don't want to lie to you, I think it's about 15 bottles of 5 liters that I've got available. So that can start me off quite nicely. In addition, I've also got some a tank, a JoJo tank, a small 260 liter water tank that I've got on site, that is mine, that it's got water in it. And then we've also got some 2 10,000 liters tanks that's also on site, so I can definitely get some water there. I've also got some water purification tablets and water purification straws, live straws. I've also got some means of boiling the water, so I've got some means of making that water that I've got drinkable. Then the next thing that I can think of that I would probably do is I would definitely get to the swimming pool. There's a swimming pool on the premises that we stay that belongs to the main house. There's some water in that, and then also the neighbor has got a pool, so that will be my next source of water. If I need to get a hold of water, I can definitely, and I will definitely get water from there. My next available option would then be the rivers and the dams in the area. I've got 2 dams that's not too far from me, less than 5 kilometers away from home, that I can go and collect, hopefully be able to collect water from there as well. I would rather use that option as long as possible before starting to actually get into the tanks, purely for the fact that I can use that is a renewable source, whereas the tanks, once you've used that water, it's out, and we will have to wait for the next rain to actually fill it up again. So that would be my go-to as well. Yeah, so that's just my quick thoughts on having some water available. In addition to that, I can also just add that things that you have to look out for in a scenario like that is that hygiene will be becoming a problem. You will not be able to wash your hands as frequently as possible as you would like. That will definitely turn into a health hazard. In addition to that, you will also have your dishes and stuff like that. So I would prefer having paper plates available for that purpose. If I have to get rid of stuff or wash stuff, I would rather get rid of the paper plate by burning it than having lots of dirty plates or dishes, whatever the case might be, standing around. So your hygiene will definitely be taking a knock. Then also your water or your refuge, not your refuge, your toilet refuge, your toilet usage will be a problem, because you probably won't have water to flush your toilet, so that will definitely be a problem. That's one of the things that I've thought of earlier on, is that I will have to look at a chemical treatment of human waste to get rid of that, to make it or to process that, because that will definitely, without a doubt, be a problem. So that will definitely be one of my planning, or one of the things that I'll be looking at in the near future, is to have that option available as well. Yeah, so that's just in a nutshell my thoughts on this scenario, in a scenario where you suddenly do not have any water available in your pipes or in your house. So just one more thing that I thought of now that I forgot to mention is that you have to remember that you will have some water available in your geyser that you can use, but you have to be careful on how you're going to use that. First of all, switch it off to make sure that if it runs dry, it doesn't cause a problem as well. So that would be my option as well. I would get to the water in the geyser. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on, in a scenario where there is no water available all of a sudden, what I would do to get to water or to have water available. So I would encourage you to think of, in your specific case, what your scenario, based on this scenario, what your reaction would be. And like I said in the past, based on what you think of, that should be your planning and your preparations for dealing with a similar situation. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. I hope that you found some wisdom in that. Yeah, think about scenarios like that, how you're going to deal with it, and start planning around that. With that, thank you for spending time. I know that that will keep you busy for a while, but think about these things and keep on prepping.